Good morning, and welcome to your AI Daily Press Morning Podcast for April 26, 2025. Today, we're covering several significant developments around the globe. Firstly, in the ongoing conflict between Russia and Ukraine, reports indicate a slight narrowing of the gap between the two nations' positions after a meeting between Russian President Vladimir Putin and U.S. Special Envoy Steve Witkoff. However, despite these diplomatic efforts, attacks on Ukrainian civilians continue to escalate, with thousands caught in the crossfire. In Southeast Asia, the situation in Myanmar has taken a concerning turn, with the junta defying international calls for peace by continuing its attacks despite a declared ceasefire following an earthquake. The humanitarian challenges are severe, and the international community is urged to take a firmer stance. On the economic front, Japan is set to resist U.S. efforts to form a trade bloc against China, navigating complex waters in global trade dynamics, especially with impending tariffs and trade agreements. Lastly, we reflect on the importance of empathy and understanding, particularly in discussing challenging topics, highlighting the universal need for supportive environments where individuals can share their struggles without fear of judgment. These stories underscore the interconnectedness of global issues, political, economic, and social, and the need for thoughtful dialogue. As we move forward, prioritizing fairness, empathy, and understanding is crucial. That's all for this morning. Thank you for joining me on the AI Daily Press. I wish you a thoughtful and enlightening day ahead. This is Walter, signing off. Now for the latest in social and cultural news, here is Barbara Waters.
Thank you, Walter. Today, we're covering several critical stories from around the world. Firstly, the United Nations World Food Programme has depleted its food stocks in Gaza, leaving thousands of Palestinians on the brink of starvation due to the Israeli blockade. The situation is dire, with hospitals overwhelmed and severe shortages of medicine, medical supplies, and fuel exacerbating the humanitarian crisis. In other news, a U.S. judge was arrested as part of an escalation in the immigration crackdown, highlighting the deep divisions within the country regarding immigration policy. Additionally, there are reports that the UK has warned British lawyers about possible US sanctions over advice given to the International Criminal Court in a case involving Israel. We're also following developments in US politics, including the activities of Trump loyalists and their impact on diplomacy and governance. Furthermore, discussions around a potential US-UK trade deal are underway, which could redefine trading relationships between the two nations post-Brexit. Lastly, we looked at the complexities of international relations, where actions by one country can have far-reaching consequences globally. The warning to British lawyers and the role of figures like Steve Witkoff in disrupting diplomacy raise important questions about the nature of modern diplomacy and its challenges. These stories underscore the interconnectedness of global issues and the need for ongoing monitoring and analysis. We'll continue to bring you updates and in-depth coverage as more information becomes available. Thank you for joining us on the AI Daily Press Morning Podcast. We'll see you again soon. Now for the latest in business and finance, here's Louis Risquizer.
Thank you, Barbara. I'm your host, Louis. We've got a packed show for you today, with updates on the latest economic developments and earnings reports from major companies. First off, we're seeing some uncertainty in the global economy, with Canada and the Eurozone facing challenges. Retail sales data in Canada is pointing to a possible slowdown, while inflation in the Eurozone is slowing down, making it tougher for the European Central Bank to reach its target level. We'll be keeping a close eye on these developments and bringing you updates as more information becomes available. In other news, several major companies reported their first quarter earnings yesterday, giving us a glimpse into the health of various sectors. LyondellBasell, Hartford Insurance Group, and Alpine all reported strong results, despite operating in challenging environments. The key takeaways from these reports are that efficient operations are crucial for driving profitability, and that different industries face unique obstacles, such as retail disruption and catastrophe losses. We also took a closer look at Alphabet's potential undervaluation, given its attractive stock valuation and growth opportunities in the tech space. And, as always, we remind investors to stay cautious and informed about the latest developments. That's all for now. Stay wise, and we'll catch you on the flip side. Tune in later for more in-depth analysis and updates on these stories. Now for the latest in science and technology, here is Carl Starman.
Thank you, Lewis. Firstly, NASA is preparing to return humans to the lunar surface through its Artemis program. But the agency is facing a crucial challenge, protecting astronauts from the harsh temperatures of the moon's south pole. Engineers are conducting rigorous tests on gloves and boots designed for the mission, and while the current glove design has shown limitations, this research will inform future designs and improve thermal protection. Next, NASA's Perseverance rover has made some remarkable discoveries on Mars, including evidence of ancient lake beds, sedimentary rocks, and intriguing geological formations in the Jezero crater. The discovery of small, rounded stones known as spherules is a major breakthrough in our understanding of Martian geology and has significant implications for the search for life beyond Earth. Finally, we're tracking the journey of an old friend, the re-entry of a Soviet-era satellite into Earth's atmosphere. This event serves as a reminder of the vast mysteries waiting to be uncovered in our universe. And with each new discovery, we're one step closer to understanding the secrets of the cosmos. That's all for today, folks. Thank you for joining me on this journey into the world of space exploration. Until next time, keep looking up and wondering about the wonders of the universe. Stay curious, and we'll be back with more news and updates after this break. Now for the latest in sports, here is Howard Closewell.
Thank you, Carl. Firstly, we're looking at the NFL's new uniform program called Rivalries, which aims to connect fans and players like never before by introducing unique uniforms inspired by local communities. This initiative will roll out over 4 years, starting with teams from the AFC East and NFC West divisions. Secondly, we're discussing San Francisco Giants outfielder Young-Hoo Lee's emergence as one of the most dominant players in Major League Baseball. Despite initial doubts about his ability to adapt to the league, Lee has proven himself to be a force to be reckoned with, showcasing impressive power and contact skills. Lastly, we touched on another NFL story, where we analyzed the impact of the new uniform program on fans and merchandise sales. We also briefly mentioned the injuries to monitor in the sports world. These stories are making headlines in the world of sports, and will continue to provide updates as more information becomes available. That's all for now. Thank you for joining me on this morning's edition of the AI Daily Press. Until next time, stay informed and keep on top of the latest news and trends. Now for the latest in travel and human interest, here is Charles Curel.
Thank you, Howard. Firstly, we're looking at the passing of Pope Francis, who was laid to rest in a historic ceremony in Rome. World leaders, clergy, and faithful from around the globe gathered to pay their respects to the beloved pontiff, who will be remembered for his tireless advocacy for social justice, compassion, and interfaith dialogue. In other news, we've been following the debate surrounding salmonella levels in raw poultry. The Trump administration's decision to withdraw a proposed rule has sparked concern among consumer advocacy groups, who argue that it could lead to more foodborne illnesses. We spoke with farmers and industry stakeholders, who are grappling with the complex issue of balancing economic viability with public safety. Lastly, we're highlighting the importance of balance and nuance in our reporting as we navigate the complexities of everyday life. From the dignity of ordinary work to the challenges that lie beneath the surface, we're committed to bringing you thoughtful and informative storytelling. That's all for today's briefing. Thank you for joining us on the AI Daily Press Morning Podcast. We'll be back with more in-depth analysis and reporting throughout the day. Now for the latest in fashion and entertainment, here is Joan Streams.
Thank you, Charles. Good morning and welcome to the AI Daily Press Morning Podcast. I'm your host, Joan. Let's take a look at what's been making headlines. First off, we've got an update on the Sean Diddy Combs case. According to reports from Rolling Stone, Daddy has rejected a plea deal in his sex trafficking case, just weeks before his trial is set to begin. The prosecution has also been given the green light to show security footage of Daddy, allegedly beating his then-girlfriend Cassie Ventura, to the jury. In entertainment news, we're still buzzing about the latest season of You on Netflix. The season finale has left fans with plenty of questions, and we're wondering if Joe Goldberg will finally get caught or continue to manipulate those around him. One thing's for sure, Madeline Brewer's character Bronte is serving up some serious style inspiration. And finally, in the world of sports entertainment, WrestleMania may be over, but the excitement lives on. We took a look at what makes this event so unique, and why it remains one of the most highly anticipated events in the world of sports entertainment. That's all for now. Tune in later for more updates and analysis. Don't forget to share your thoughts with us on social media, using the hashtag #AIDailyPress, and I'll catch you all on the flip side. Oh, grow up. Now for the latest in nature and environment, here is David Attenacher.
Thank you, Joan. Firstly, in Rwanda, a team of researchers has made a remarkable discovery, rediscovering the elusive Hill's horseshoe bat species. This finding is significant not only for its contribution to our understanding of biodiversity, but also for its implications on conservation efforts. The research emphasizes the importance of protecting these unique creatures and their habitats from threats such as habitat loss and fragmentation. Secondly, a groundbreaking study in the Alpine region has found a surprising correlation between the abundance of wild and domesticated animals and increased plant diversity. This challenges conventional wisdom that human activity and animal grazing are always detrimental to environmental health. The study suggests that, in certain contexts, these factors can actually contribute to a more resilient and diverse ecosystem, highlighting the need for nuanced approaches to conservation and land management. Lastly, we're inspired by the story of community-led conservation efforts in Mexico, where local initiatives are making a significant impact on protecting endangered species and their habitats. These stories remind us that there is still much to learn about the intricate web of life that sustains us, and that collaborative efforts between researchers, policymakers, and local communities are crucial for advancing our understanding of the natural world. These stories underscore the complexity and interconnectedness of ecological systems, emphasizing the need for interdisciplinary research, collaboration, and balanced approaches to environmental stewardship. As we strive to create a more sustainable future, it's essential to consider both the benefits and challenges associated with human activity and animal presence in the natural world. That's all for today. Thank you for joining us on the AI Daily Press Morning Podcast. We'll continue to bring you updates and insights from the world of science, conservation, and ecology. Have a great day. And that completes our morning podcast for today. Thank you for listening. And you for listening. Until this evening, I'm David Attenacher for AI Daily Press, the world's most unbiased news source.